What's going on, guys? I want to talk to you guys real quick about feeling good about yourself. That's what this video is going to be about. And you know, when you've had a lifetime of misery and pain and disappointment, it can be very hard to feel good about yourself. If you feel bad about yourself, if you feel defeated in life, I understand you. I feel your pain. I feel your sorrow. Trust me, I really do. I really feel your sorrow and your pain. I really feel your sorrow. I mean, this life that we all live is not a good life. This is a rough life. This is a very depressing life. Being a man who's completely unwanted is just a tough life to live. And, when I was a teenager, somebody told me something, and I thought they were being funny when they told me this, but they were right. Someone told me back when I was a teenager that the older you get, the worse it get. And they wasn't lying, man. The older you get and you in a position like this, the worse it get. And see, what I had to understand, and this is something that a lot of guys need to understand, how you start is how you finish. You know how they always talk about self-improvement. You can't improve upon something that was never meant to be. Um, and where I'm going with this is, if you never been a sexy dude in your formative years when you was in middle school and high school, going to the gym and lifting weights, that's not going to make you a sexy dude if you never been a sexy guy. So don't listen to dudes who tell you that you got to self-improve. Self-improve is foolishness. Those dudes need to go shove it up their behind, because you can't become something that you never been. How you going to become a winner when you never been a winner? You can't be something that you never was. I am what I am. What I'm not, I'll never be. That's real. I am what I am. What I'm not, I'll never be. You can't cultivate or become something that you never was. How you gonna become a dude that women desire when you never been a dude that women desire? You know, you just can't. Um, so just don't let people try to gaslight you and make you think that you can change your situation. Um, it's hard to feel good about yourself when you in a position like this. It really is. I understand why dudes hate themselves. You got dudes who've taken themselves out in these types of positions. I understand dudes' sorrow. I understand their pain. And one thing I will say about being in a position like this, the older you get, the worse it get. This situation don't get no better the older you get. Somebody told me that back when I was a teenager, that the older you get, the worse it's gonna get. And that's true. This is a terrible situation. And if you a man and you in a position like this, you just have to accept that, you just wasn't lucky at all in life. You know, I feel I feel any guy in these types of positions, it's safe to say that God don't love you. God don't love you, and no one love you. And that's just the honest truth. If you a dude in a position like this, it's going to be very impossible for you to love yourself, and it's going to be very impossible for you to feel good about yourself. You know, some people, they just wasn't lucky in life. At the end of the day, the reason to why you have guys that's in these types of positions, because they don't look good. I tell myself all the time, if I was a sexy dude, I would have never been in a position like this. If I was a dude like Trey Songz or Chris Brown, I would have never been a pussyless man. I would have never been a pussyless man. And a lot of you guys would have never been pussyless. The reason to why you have men out here who are pussyless because they face don't look good enough. They just not attractive. That's the truth. That's what the dating coaches and the PUAs, they not gonna tell you that, bro. The reason why you can't get no pussy, brother, you just don't look good enough. Your face card ain't good enough. Your look game ain't strong enough. You know, and I think it's very asinine to tell dudes, "Oh, bro, just work on yourself. Just hit the gym." Like, how you gonna become a sexy dude when you never been a sexy dude? When you was in middle school, when you was in high school, you never been no dude that females like. You been a loser your entire life. You can't fix something like that. If you never been a dude that females like, you cannot do anything to fix that. You just totally jacked up, and that's just the way it's gonna be for you. And I know a lot of you guys knew that you was destined to lose from day one. I mean, how many of you guys knew that you was destined to lose? How many of you guys knew from the time you was a youngster that you would never have a wife, you would never have kids, you would never have none of that stuff? Because it doesn't get no better the older that you get. It doesn't. Like, if I had any advice to give any dudes out there, it trust me, it don't get no better the older you get. If you a dude and you in your early 20s and you didn't have females liking you back in your teen years, as you grow into adulthood, it's gonna get worse. Trust me, I know. I'm 35. Nothing has improved in my life. Nothing has improved, and it's not gonna improve. And you can't listen to what nobody tell you either. One thing I had to also understand is that don't listen to guys who are not in your position. One thing I had to learn, never take advice from a man who never walked down the path that you traveling. If you get around dudes who don't have trouble with women and you try to take their advice, it's not going to work out for you. I'm here to tell you, it's not going to work out for you. If you get around dudes that get a lot of pussy, they've been getting pussy all their life, they trying to give you game and tell you how to get a woman, it's not going to work out for you because you just not attractive to women. That's what them dudes not going to tell you. They not going to tell you, hey, bro, you can't pull chicks like me. You can't get booty like me because your face game ain't strong enough. You don't look good enough. That's why you can't pull no women. See, a lot of guys are very disingenuous and they try to lie to you. You got a lot of dudes who just don't want to keep it a buck with you. You got a lot of dudes, they ain't gonna tell you, hey, brother, man, you just not good enough to pull no chicks. You just not good enough. So you got dudes out there, they not gonna tell you that you're not good enough. They gonna tell you, hey, bro, you just gotta work on your mouthpiece, brother. You just gotta work on your game. You gotta work on your swag, work on your confidence, and you'll get a woman. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Because feeling good about yourself comes from having a good life. It comes from having good life experiences. Self-esteem, confidence, those are qualities that are cultivated through life experiences. Those are not qualities that you can just pull out of your behind. You can't pull self-esteem out your behind. If your life has been a living disaster, there's no way in hell that you're going to feel good about yourself. I understand why dudes out here hate themselves. I understand why dudes out here down on themselves. I understand. And there's no judgment over here because I've never been a judgmental person, but I'm here to tell you, if you a dude and you're in a position like this, don't let people gaslight you into feeling good about yourself. Don't let people try to shame you into feeling good about yourself. Because at the end of the day, if your life has been a disaster, if things in your life have not been good, you don't have a reason to feel good about yourself. I'm just being real with you. You have every reason to be down and out. You know, those people that's giving you that lame advice, they haven't lived the life that you've lived, and they haven't traveled down the road that you're traveling. So to hell with what they got to say, because they haven't lived your life. That's why I never took advice from men who try to give me advice about women. Because at the end of the day, those same men that's giving me that lame, outdated advice, they haven't endured my life, and they haven't been through the pain that I've been through. So to hell with what they got to say. And that's the mindset that you guys need to have as well. The hell with what these men got to tell you, because they haven't lived your life. They haven't been through the adversities that you've been through in your life. So to hell with those men who try to give you advice about women. Them dudes ain't lived your life. They've been ladies' men their whole life. So a dude that's been a ladies' man his whole life, always had women throwing that funky pussy at him. What advice can he give you? None. Because he haven't lived your life. And that's why I'm here to tell you guys, like, don't let nobody try to gaslight you or shame you into feeling good about yourself. Because when your life has been a living disaster, it's going to be impossible for you to feel good about yourself. I'm just here to tell you. Feeling good, the true way to feel good about yourself, you got to have a good life. I mean, that ought to be common sense. You got to have a good life. You know, if you have a bad life, then you're just not going to feel good about yourself. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. You guys have a good night, and I'll be touching bases with you guys very soon. Have a good one.